So listen, a vehicle flipped over after trying to get away from Border Patrol. It's one of the things our next guest saw while taking on drug cartels at the border. He gives us a first-hand account of the crisis down there. That's coming up. Well, our next guest spent the past 6 months at our southern border working as a federal prosecutor taking down drug cartels. Matt Pinsker joins us with a first-hand account of what he saw at the border. Good morning, Matt. Thanks for being here. You are perhaps one of the most important guests on television across America today because you can tell us exactly what's happening on that southern border. Please do so, sir.
Well, thank you for having me on. And I can tell you exactly what's happening because we're not securing our border. There's a power vacuum, and it's being filled by the drug cartels, which are brutalizing, murdering, and even torturing Americans, Mexicans, and migrants alike. We've ceded control of our border to the most brutal and bloodthirsty people on the planet, and this is ridiculous. The president is right in that we need a wall to better secure our border. And this is not a partisan issue. How is protecting people, saving innocent lives going to be a partisan issue? It's frustrating because everyone should want to put an end to the power of the cartels.
Matt, I want to talk about what you were doing down on the border.
Absolutely. I was a federal prosecutor working in courts. I was down in the field as well to see what was going on. And I was prosecuting 100, 200 people a day for illegal entry. And I'll tell you, 99.99% of all those persons who illegally entered the country were trafficked in by the cartels. And I have so many cases. I have cases about child brides being brought in while they're pregnant there in court. I have cases about drug dealers, child molesters being brought in by the cartels. As well as, many innocent people just looking for work. So, there's a full mix.
Did you have first-hand run-ins with these cartels?
Well, I've encountered many of them in court. They're very distinguishable by their tattoos, their scars, often self-inflicted, as well as, for example, there's photos and videos of me out on the Rio Grande. Literally, the cartels I've just watched them. They watch us, and they're just securing the border, making sure no one crosses illegally, at least not without paying them.
Matt, you've seen firsthand these cartels. How serious of a threat? What does this mean for the nation?
Oh, I mean, it is. I can tell you that I saw firsthand the torture marks, the bird marks on people, Americans and migrants alike, who've been abused by the cartels. I have so many people, so many stories to share about individuals whose family members were murdered by the cartels. It means that they are a national security threat. If we need to protect our country, as well as protect everyone, both on the border and inside the U.S. and elsewhere, we have to shut them down.
We have some personal observations of yours, some overturned vehicles that you have documented. You see them there on your screen. You see the barbed wire. I spent time in the first cartel caravan, and I'm going to spend time hopefully in the next one. And you also took personal notes. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. Well, I was down there for 6 months. I'm writing a book about the experience as we speak, and I took about 400 pages of personal notes in court, elsewhere, personal recollections of what I was seeing, including the criminal records of people coming over, the abuse victims of the cartels, people who were being tortured, Americans and migrants alike. Because I think the American people need to know. And now that I'm no longer working for the Fed, I'm in a position where I can share the experience, which I know other prosecutors would love to be here, but federal rights prohibit that.
Thank you, Matt, for coming on. Matt Pinsker, telling America what is exactly happening. Thanks for being with us. It's an important story to tell in the debate we're in now.